Hello YouTube, it is Toy Adventures here again with another figure review. I know guys, it's been pretty much the toy movies from here on out, not many reviews to go on, except for the Hammond one obviously. But today is, I say this every time, it's special, but come on, this one you guys know is special. It hasn't really arrived here in the US yet. I had to buy this off eBay from the UK. Here it is, all the way from the UK, the big, the grand, the Brachiosaurus. I am super psyched. Let me just adjust this to own this, as anyone would be. This is the big one. This is the one that JP fans have been waiting for since 1993, and finally Mattel has brought us an in-scale, full-size Brachiosaurus figure. Now, another special thing about this is, as you can see, the box. We've never gotten a closed box like this for a figure from the Mattel line before. And especially, we haven't even gotten that much artwork. This is some beautiful artwork showing the introduction scene. Here you have the Brachiosaurus and the little lake with all the Parasaurolophus and other Brachies. You have John Hammond, who infamously started the meme, Hammond confirmed, Hammond confirmed. People saw this on the box before, because this was announced, this was shown off before the John Hammond. So when they showed it, people saw this and they're like, oh, John Hammond confirmed, John Hammond confirmed. That became a meme, and then John Hammond did get confirmed. And yeah. So, taking a look at the box, we have a beautiful image here of the introduction scene from the first movie. A nice size comparison with a small child with the Brachiosaurus toy itself. It says 106 centimeters. 42 inches long. So a super huge figure. If you turn it around to the side, I don't know if you guys can fully see that. No, because this box is absolutely massive. It says 17 centimeters, 28 inches tall. Just a bunch of other information. Now here on the other side, it can go up a long ways. Of course, you guys can't see the entire box. Let me go ahead and take the camera off of its stand. And here it is. Sorry guys, there's like no fan in my room because the fan's so loud it makes it hard to hear me, so I'm sweating to death right now. It's hot. It says Jurassic World. Here's the big nice image of the Brachie. There's the image of the kid again. This time it's on its own. Big Brachiosaurus. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and open this because we already took a look at the box. We didn't think I'd look at the top. The top's nothing special. It just says the Legacy Collection right there. So, what we're going to do is usually I open the box off camera and then show you guys once it's opened. But we are actually not going to do that. We're going to open it right here on camera. So, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so as you guys can see, I have my camera back super far, and for the purpose of this video, you guys are going to be able to see me, just because you have to, because, I mean, look at this thing, it's enormous. This is the biggest dinosaur toy. I mean, okay, so it's a little premature for size comparisons, but we all knew this was big. Well, it towers over this T-Rex. I mean, you guys can see, I can just barely get the head into shot. This thing is a true titan. I have never really quite seen anything like it. Here is the JP Jeep, looking quite appropriately tiny. I don't know how. You guys are going to see in the thumbnail the picture I'm going to take for it. And just know, because I haven't taken the pic yet. In this, I haven't taken the pic yet, but you guys will see it on the thumbnail. Just now, I'm going to have a lot of trouble trying to take a picture of this thing because it's so massive that I'm going to have to point the camera way up and be way far away. But I'm going to have fun doing it. So anyway, here it is, the long-awaited Brachiosaurus. Guys, I am so excited. I know you guys are going to ask, is it going to be in movies? Is it going to be in movies? Of course it's going to be in movies. There's no way I would buy something like this amazing, and not put it in the movie. So yes, the next movie we make is going to have her in it. So be excited for that. Anyway, let's get on to the figure itself. Sculpt-wise, I don't see how they could go wrong with Sculpt. It's such a huge figure that they have plenty of room to catch details, and that's exactly what they did. Let me go ahead and get the phone and we can just bring it up right up close. So going along the body, you guys can see all these creases and, you know, it looks like this creature has some fat on it, it has some bulk, and as its body moves, it what is this? It scrunches up. So it looks very realistic muscle mass going down to the tail. As you guys saw when I unboxed it, the head and the tail come separate. You have to attach them. It's nothing, you know, a child can't do. You just pop them on. Going all the way up to the head. And the cool thing is, they did add jaw articulation. So you can have her eating those leafy greens way up top. She looks like an evil villain laughing. One thing I did not notice in the pictures is its neck is at a curvature. So if I turn it like this way, you can see her neck is naturally curved down from the rest of her body. So she's kind of looking to the right, from this angle at least. And yeah, so for articulation, surprisingly enough, they didn't go too crazy. I mean, for a figure this big, you expect quite a bit of articulation. One thing I hope for that they didn't do is a bender wire in the neck. The neck is rubber and it's hollow inside, so there's nothing in there. You can move it, sure, when you're playing, but it will not stay. So for articulation in the neck, there's a huge joint going down here from the base of the body to the upper back that allows you to get so much range of motion. I'll have to set the camera down to show you guys. Then obviously all these legs are on articulation joints. Let me go ahead and set the camera down so we can properly show off all its articulation. Alright, so I have to get the camera in all kinds of weird angles because, as you guys know, my typical setup will not fit this thing in frame. So right now I'm just making sure it's in frame. She is. Okay, so for the neck, she has a big range of movement. She can go from up here, and then you can move it down to about that far. I mean, if that doesn't look goofy, I don't know what does. But it's still cool, because then you can have her like looking down at the humans. It does create this weird little like rectangle of discoloration, because this is supposed to be back here or hidden behind that. So when you lift it up, it all looks normal again. When you move it down, there it is. Nothing that's gonna ruin anything. It's hardly even worth mentioning, but I just thought I would throw it out there anyway. Alright, so for the rest of articulation on this figure, so far we've been over at the head and moved down super far. The jaw does have movement. Each of these legs can go forward and back. They do kind of, like, it locks in right about here, and then it locks in here, and everything in between is free motion. It just locks in these two spots. Locks in there, and then locks in right there at the default pose. Same with the back. Actually, no. Back has one lock-in spot, which is right there. And surprisingly enough, it locks in right here. So I think it's just, if it's up or down in this direction, it'll lock into place. And same thing for the other leg. So, sorry guys, I am sweating. It is so hot in this boiler of a room. Especially with none of the fans on. Anyway, now that we've gone over the articulation, I mean, I showed you guys the detail. This thing is just decked out with all kinds of wrinkles and scrunched up skin. It's just unbelievable. This thing looks like it could be on level with a movie maquette if it didn't have all the articulation seams. But give this thing the right paint job and this thing will look absolutely stellar. I mean, it has a good one right now, but you know the customizers on Instagram that can go crazy with it. I do plan on getting another one of these. I do plan on buying two. So I will buy a second one. And I plan on getting it painted. I will get it painted by probably Brick Battalion, you guys know. It's going to cost a lot. But I want to get it to have the paint scheme of the Brachiosaurus Jurassic Park, 3 Brachiosaurus, you know, the blue one. Obviously without the dino damage, but I love those colors for the Brachie, and I really want to see it on this huge one. So that's probably what I'm going to do in the future. But for now, we only have our one. So let's go ahead and get on to size comparisons. Alright, going from smallest to biggest, let's first start comparing her with a human. Here we have, I have my hands full of toys. Here we have a human scale. These are absolutely tiny compared to her, and appropriately so. There is Ian Malcolm compared to her leg. So I can't see that. There we go. So there's Ian Malcolm going up in size. Here is our beloved little sticky mullet. Okay, and now we're going to go up and scale to the Velociraptor. I wish I would have brought Blue, but I have one of the custom male raptors from JP3. So get that image in your mind because I'm about to move all of those. Yeah, I guess we can fit one more in there before we do. Here we have the Ceratosaurus. You guys can see this thing just towers. Like nothing compares to it. Yeah, here we go. Ceratosaurus and your standing issues. So there's Ceratosaurus. He won't stand. He won't stand for it. Okay, so I guess we don't have to move him. We're gonna go on to T-Rex, the queen, the 2 queens of Nublar together. Not even Rexy herself can compare to the grandeur of the Brachiosaurus. I know the Brachiosaurus had a name. It's Lady something. I cannot remember the name for the life of me. For those of you guys that are super into the lore and know her name, post it down in the comments. Whoever gets the name right, I will pin your comment so everyone knows what the Brachiosaurus is in the book. Not in the movie, in the book. What did Crichton name it in the book? It's Lady something, I just don't know what it is. So, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm completely wrong. It could have never even had a name for all I know. Anyway, I don't have my original Indominus, so we're just going to go ahead and use the star of our last movie. And for those of you that don't know, I don't want this to get in the shot. This was used in our last movie, Indominus Part 3. So if you guys haven't watched that, it's right below this video. Go ahead and go watch it. You guys will love it if you guys like my usual content. So here it is with the Indominus. Even the big old Indominus that we thought was huge is pretty much a fly compared to this. I mean, she doesn't even reach up to the Indominus's shoulder. I mean, to the Brachiosaurus' shoulder. And then here she is with the iconic Jeep. I actually bought 2 of these Jeeps for the specific moment. I bought them like at least a year ago for the specific moment when we get our Brachiosaurus, and now I can finally unbox the second one. Oh, joyous times we're in. So, here's a good look at this. I know some of you guys are into G.I. Joes and Marauders, so let me go ahead and get, because the G.I. Joes and Marauders are a bit bigger than the Mattel figures, let me go ahead and get that one real quick, and then we'll wrap up the review. Okay, so here she is with G.I. Joe Leatherneck. You guys can't see, he's right here. He's a bit bigger than the Mattel figures. Not by a lot, not by super much. Actually, not by a lot. But I mean, they still look good in scale. He's a little bit on the big side compared to the Brachie, but they're still in scale, I think. I don't even know if the Mattel figures are that in scale. I mean, they had probably the size it down just a little bit, because the Brachie is enormous. I don't think it'd be a practical toy. But this is still, you know, in scale. It's looking great. So for those of you that like to do your photography or poses with Marauders or G.I. Joes, this is one of the this is on the taller scale. This is one of the taller G.I. Joe figures. I think it might be the tallest mold. I don't know. But this is like one of the really popular molds. So yeah, there it is with a Marauder or G.I. Joe. Marauders don't get that much taller than that. They get a little bit taller. Let's go ahead and get another Marauders out of here. So we're going to use one of the special engine troopers from the last movie too. So there you go. For those of you that collect Marauders Task Force. By the way, if you guys are asking, these are Marauders. This figure was custom built. Every pouch, the shotgun shells, the vest, the shoulder armor, the legs. I bought it all off of maraudersinc.com. If you guys want to make your own custom mercs, go to that website. They are super cool. You guys can see my face and you can see it's glowing. That's how bad you know it is in here. So, I am more than happy to end the review so I can go get in front of a fan. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to the next toy movie. I'm not exactly sure when we will be filming, but if you guys want updates, you guys want to follow my toy photography, go on Instagram, type in toyadventures_. I'll have the name down in the description. Go follow me on Instagram for all the updates and photography you guys could want. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh wait, I have a helicopter here that I had to move up because the Brachiosaurus was so tall. Isn't that a pretty little image with the hell chopper? Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Toy Adventures, out.